Welcome back, chess fans. In this video, how to defeat the close Sicilian, which starts with the move 2-9c3 you see on screen. Before I reveal my favorite setup with the black pieces, let's follow with what is the plan for white in this position. I'm going to flip the board and show this very classic game by Spassky with white against Geller playing 1968, showcasing the danger of the close Sicilian. Let's continue. And now we have this position. And clearly black has some ideas. Queen a8, bishop a6, c4, also knight a7, b5, targeting all these squares. What is white's gonna do? a5, g4, maybe bishop a6, the queen to come on h4, and we have some attack, maybe e5 as well. So now g4 was playing the game, start of the attack, queen a8, and who's gonna be first? Queen e1, targeting h4, queen f6, queen f2 first, and now black goes with the maneuvering we explained, f5, opening the line for our bishop. Knight b5, take, knight g5. I like that knight over here, very aggressive. Knight a3, it looks like we're not defending this pawn, but now we're going all in. Queen h4, we have some threat on our own. Rook c8 to give some room for the king. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the fireworks. What is the next move? Feel free to pause the video. Rook take f6, beautiful sack, black took, we give a check, and now, what was the follow-up? Yes, you guessed it, another brilliant move, knight take f7. Now, in this position, black fought surviving by taking on c2. Let me show the game, bishop h6, targeting the bishop here, that's looking extremely dangerous here. So take, and take, but unfortunately for black, there was no way to really escape from all the checks, and black resigned because here you would just liquidate all, and at the end of the day, f6 following that f8 wins. Now, in this critical sack here, what if black would take on f7? Well, why would play bishop a6? Same as in the game. Is there a way to survive? Well, rook g8 would be a defense, but knight f4, then you're gonna take here and gives a lot of checks. If you take over here, rook f1, you're all lined up, and this is completely winning by taking on g6 and chasing that king. So beautiful stuff, and the black pieces here were too far away to defend the black king, and that's a textbook attack. Now, let's see what to do with the black pieces. So what to do with black? The answer is given right here. We keep our king on e8. We don't castle, not to give white a target. Second, we have this beautiful pawn structure that I show on screen, and then we're gonna develop around the pawn structure. Now, which example am I taking from this? Ding Liren won a World Cup FIDE match with black using this exact structure. Let's see the game. Here we go. This is played by Ding Liren. We follow the normal plan. Rook b8, b5, b4 is what black wants to do. And now, very important, h5. We know that white will try to do h3, g4, but we're covering the g4 square, so h5 is the idea. h3 played, but now there is no threat yet. So what do? e6, castle, knight e7. The knight comes here, that's a difference between the previous game, because when need be, we can play f5. Now f4, that is black's plan, and now what do? a5, of course. So we are pushing, we have our dream pawn structure, our bishop on g7, targeting b2, and we haven't castled. So we also have in store f7, f5 every time we fear that f4, f5 will be played. Now the question is like, can white play f5, not playing the game? That would be fine because you would take like that. And if they sack, here simply queen d7, and you're gonna be better with black, check by the engine. You're still targeting on b2, and white doesn't have enough compensation. So in the game, instead of f5, which doesn't work, rook b1 is protecting b2 so that maybe that knight can somehow support the attack. What do? Castle, g4, take, and now f5. We're stopping white's plan. Remember here, we're worried about f4, f5, bishop h6, queen, coming to h6, knight g3, all that stuff. So by f5, we're stopping that pawn on f4. And now the game is very easy to follow. Take, white is pushing, bishop e6, finishing our development, also targeting the pawn on a2. So b3 played, knight d5, targeting the bishop on e3. Bishop retreats, knight d4. We have beautiful knights in the center of the board. So all of a sudden, we have all the play, and look at white. White is stuck on the king side. That's the main difference. Now, take, the game is not over, and here, our bishop is attacked, and here, what to do? And black uncorks a sack, and we do knight e3, giving up a pawn. So take, and we given up a pawn. Rook e8, we exchange the rooks. Now the rook cannot take because that bishop, that knight, should I say, is hanging. So queen e1, we give a check, the king moves, and now we need to activate our rook. Rook e8, attack the queens, activate the rook. And now what do? We have the bishop pair, we give up a pawn, and we're worried about that knight coming to c4. So we play d5, that knight here is so awkwardly placed, and we have the e5, right? So it's very dangerous. We have all the attack. So white tried knight a4 to activate the knight, queen d4 centralized, right? Now king h1, bishop f8, the bishop relocate here, the knight is out of play, f4 is tender. Rook c1, bishop d6, c3, take, and now we take on f4, attacking the rook, the position collapse. Rook's moves, and here, can you get the final move of the game? Queen h8, beautiful move. If the king comes here, this is GG good game. And if you go bishop h3, I guess simple move like rook e3, win that, and with that we win the game. Beautiful last move, queen h8, not so frequent, but complete domination by black in this game. Going back to the key position of the game, we have our structure, our king in the center, and we're preventing white from attacking, doing the f5 push, and we're attacking with black on the queen side. With that, ladies and gentlemen, this is my recipe against the closed Sicilian.